So a few weeks after my wedding, I remember this night, I was so sick. I was so sick. I was in severe pains. This pains it was around my waist and it got me rolling on the floor. I think this was around 1 a.m. I was rolling. I was crying. I was praying. And then my husband woke up and he looked at me. He was just asking, where is it paining you? How is it doing you? Where should I touch? And I was just rolling and crying. I was shouting my waist. It got to a point, he stopped asking where. And then he laid hands on my body. I was on the floor. He laid hands on it and he said, I remember vividly, he said, I command you, pain, leave my wife now. And in less than a second, I felt peace. This incident is something we can laugh about now, but it was very severe. I remember I saw him picking up his phone, trying to make some call. It was already late at night. We didn't have a car. There was no taxi running around by that time. It was just dark. And then he said that prayer and I had peace and we were able to sleep that night. The next morning, when he I'd woken up, he asked me, how are you feeling? And I asked him, what did you expect? You prayed for me. And we laughed about it and I was healed. What am I trying to say? See, there are seasons in your marriage. There are times in your marriage that only you will be the needed help for your spouse. You will be the emergency response center for your spouse. That moment when there will be no car, that moment when there's no close by hospital, it will be the God you serve. It will be the God you know to demonstrate the peace that your spouse will need in that time. So as you're growing up your finances, grow up in healing. As you're growing up your leadership role, grow up in praying together. As you're growing up in trying to make ends meet, grow up in knowing that there will be time where you need to speak a word and it has to come alive. This is marriage for you. Not everything will come at the comfort of money. Not everything will come at the comfort of your connection. There are things that will only come in the comfort of the words you speak through Christ. So don't say, okay, I have money, we have medical insurance, we have this in place. When it's time, we'll just rush ourselves to the hospital. Before you get to the hospital, most times, you will need to keep the person stable in health. And it will only come from a place of the relationship you have with God. Marriage is much more than the ice cream in the park. There is work to do. So build it all around. Some of you are building your finances. You go to work every morning, you forget to pray. You come back so late at night to sleep and you snore and you forget that there is a role you will need to put up when you get married. Build on this thing. Don't let go of the other one and say, okay, because I have this, I don't need this one. No, you need all of it together. All of it. Through wisdom, a house is built. You need the wisdom to know that there will be times where I will need to be the needed help of my spouse. I hope this has blessed you. It's too late for your marriage to fail.